Okay, so today what we are going to look into is the correlational research. That's the main purpose of these tutorials, just to see how we can be able to do the calculation aspect of educational research. So, like what we are taught, the correlational research is just more about trying to conduct a research between two variables at the same time to find the relationship. For instance, now we are being conducted. For instance, Dr. Ekwe is trying to conduct a research on our performance using his brainstorming method, or thinking of any method at all. He can decide to use think per share method, and before using that method, he would want to see our performance before and after. That is pre-test and post-test. So he will first of all give us a test before applying that method, and then bring the scores. Then he will now give us a test after he has applied that method in class. That is called the post-test. Then analyzing two of them together at the same time is called the correlational method. It is called the correlational design. So it is being seen in two ways. There are two approaches in which we can use to find the variables. It's either called the SPEARMAN, which is the rank order. And he said that the approaches is based on the levels of measurement. We have 4 levels of measurement now. We have the ordinal, the nominal, the ratio, and the interval. So the rank order now, which is SPEARMAN, is based on whenever the variables are either ordinal or nominal. Ordinal is when you talk about order now, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. That is the rank order. Then the interval or ratio, I'm talking about between 40 to 45, 50 to 55, and so on. You use the Pearson product method. So we are going to start from the SPEARMAN. We'll look at the SPEARMAN now, how we can analyze two variables together, and then we get their results. So for the SPEARMAN method, the formula for the SPEARMAN approach, the SPEARMAN rank order. The SPEARMAN rank order, the formula for this, the SPEARMAN is represented as RHO. Sorry, yes, it's represented as a RHO, and the formula is written as thus. We have the big one, that is the major one, or the whole number 1, which is multiplied by 6 summation d square all over n bracket open n square minus 1. This is just the formula, and it is constant. Please take note. So we are going to 1. The 1 is a whole number, while this is the numerator, and over here this is the denominator. So this is just the formula. Just memorize it. Just if you can be able to memorize the formula, it will be very, very easy.
What does E stand for?
E is just summation. Summation means the total number of all the variables in the particular column in which we are going to find out now. Okay, so let's check the SPEARMAN. What are the variables? X. For X, that is the X. Now we are going to target the pre-test. That is the first test all of us wrote before Dr. Ekwe applied the brainstorming method. So the X now, okay, what are the variables? The sign number, I hope you know this sign number. How many people were involved in the test? We have 1, 2, yes, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 people were involved in the research. Okay, so for their pre-test now, what are their scores for the pre-test? 7, how many? 70, 60, 75, 72, 65, 55, 63, 55, 70, 50. Please take note, so let's be observing. Now we go for the Y, that is the post-test. The Y, so what are the variables for the Y? 80. Okay, so there's an improvement in this first person. We have 65, 62, 75, 80, 82, 75, 70, 72, 60. Okay, so now the next thing, remember this is SPEARMAN, and SPEARMAN now, the how we are going to compute it now is based on the level of measurement. This is based on rank order. Ordinal or nominal? Ordinal or nominal?
74.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, this is 74. Okay, thank you for that correction. He will give the variables. The variables will come out like this. So since we have the formulas now at the back of our mind now, we are going to find the rank order for X, and which is tagged as Rx. Rx means ranking for all the variables in X. We are going to find the highest, from the highest to the lowest, in terms of first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on, till we get to the lowest variable. Please look up, oh, look up. So which one now? What is the highest score here? Who scored highest here? The highest score here is what? 72, 75, right? So we trace it. 75 is the first position, which is we tag it as our 1. Now followed by we score 72, we tag it as the second position. Which one again? 70, 70 appear 2 times. There's a GG. So this is third and this is fourth. We are going to add both of them together and divide it by 2. Though we share the fourth position together. Watch. So we are going to say 3 plus 4 is what? 7. 7 divided by 2 is what? Use your calculators. Be punching it. Get used to it now. Let's come again. 70 is the third. This person here is the fourth. Both of them are sharing the same position. So we cannot write third and third in the rank order. So we are going to add it, divide it by 2, and then share the positions among themselves. So this is 70 now. This is 70. So 3 now, which is the third position, plus 4, which is the fourth position, is 7, right? 7 divided by 2 is what? 3.5. So we are sharing it third, and then this is, where the position for this one? And then this is third. This 0.5 simply means this person is taking elements of fourth. Why this person is taking element of fourth? That means fourth position now will be vacant. We are jumping to the fifth person. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Good. Now the fifth person now. Let's go. After 70 is what? After 70 is what? Check very well. We have 65, right? Good. 65. Now what position is 65? Fifth. Good. Now after 65 we have 63, which is what? Sixth. Please observe what I'm doing, which is sixth. Sixth position. Then after 63, what number again do we have? 60, which is what? Seventh position. Then after the seventh position, we have 55, right? 55 came 2 times. There's a GG here. So we have 8 and 9. So 8 plus 9 is how many? Punch your calculator. 17. 17 divided by 2. 8.5. So we are giving 8.5 to this person and then 8.5 to this person. What is the next position we'll be going for? What is the next position now we'll be going for? Has he finished? Is remaining, the next position is 10th, right? 9 to be vacant. So we are going to give number 50 as 10. Take note, please. Good.
Please, those numbers are kept 2 times.
Let me do it again. For instance, now, let's start with the previous one. Look at 75 came first, 72 came second. 70, 70, both of them are GG. Normally, we're supposed to say third and fourth. 2 people came are dragging 1 position. So for us to share it now, we are going to say third now. Third position plus fourth position is 7. Divided by 2 now to give us 3.5. So this is third and third. Then the 0.5 now, this person, half plus half is 1 now. 0.5 is just like half. Are you understanding it? So 0.5 and 0.5 is being shared by both of them. So we are leaving the fourth position vacant to go for the next position, which is fifth. You know the way you do your normal positioning in class now. If 2 people are dragging 1 position, the next one will be vacant. So that is how it is done. So now we go for the rank now in Y. So the same approach we did for X, we will do the same approach in Y. So now we move. So what is the highest score here? 80. 80 is 82, right? Which is our first, right? 80 is first. The next one is what? After 80, what is the next one? 82. Watch where. After 82, we have what? 80, 80. Yeah? So we have second, we have third. Yeah? So 2 plus 3 is what? 5. 5 divided by 2 is what? 2.5, right? So 2 people are sharing it. 2.5 and then 2.5. What is the next position we'll be moving into? The next position will be fourth. Fourth. Third now is vacant. They have shared it. Nobody, because of the 0.5. So nobody, no, it can't come in 0.4. It must be. Even if it comes in 0.4, depending, it can be 3. even if it is 0.4 or 0.8, depending, that next position will be vacant. Sometimes 4 people can share one position. So we are dividing it by number of appearance there, and then we are going to split the positions. Now the next one, after 2.5, the next one is what? I'm not getting a response. So the next one is what? After 2.5, the next one we are going for the 4th position, which is which number now? Which is 75, right? 4th. Then after 75 came 2 times, right? Okay, so we have 4 plus 5 is what? 9. 9 divided by 2. 4.5. And then 4.5. Okay, now what is the next position now? 6th. The next position is 6th. Good. Now, after 6th, okay, now, since we are through with 75, we go for 74, right? 74, we give it the 6th position. Good. After the 6th position, what is the next one? 70, which is how many? Which position? 7th position. Good. After the 7th position, what next? Watch well. We have 65, which is the 8th position. Then after the 65 for the 8th position, we have what again? We have 62, which is the 9th. And then finally, we have 60 as the last. Good. Now, the next thing now, what we are going to do now is the difference. Is the difference of, talking about the difference, because there is a D here. If you watch the formula, there is a D. There is a D. D simply means difference between Rx and Ry. That simply means we are going to subtract this we are going to subtract this from this. So this is how it is written in the next column. Watch you. This is how it is written in the next column. Rx minus Ry. You can put your D on top. It is not compulsory. You can put your D on top. It's not compulsory. Take note. You now rule your line down. So we are taking it now. We are moving together. Because this the calculation now is beginning to expand. Everybody will use your calculator. Are we good to go? Okay, now take notes. Listen, take notes. We have to be consistent now in the pattern. This is what we are going to be punching in our calculator. 3.5 minus 2.5. Or you punch this for me. Punch it in your calculator. What are you going to have? 1, right? Or you punch 7.7 minus 8. Punch it like this. Minus what? 1. Please, let's not throw away. Let's not throw away, and the minus sign is important. Now, 1 minus 9 is what? Minus 8. 2 minus 4.5. Minus 2.5, right? Good. Now, the next one, 5 minus 2.5. 3.5, right? Check. Everybody should be with calculator. 5 minus 2.5. Okay. We have 2. Are you sure? 5 minus 2.5. Okay, 2.5. Yes, 2.5. Then 8.5 minus 1. 7.5. We have 6 minus 4.5. 6 minus 4.5. 1.5. Okay, 1.5. We have 8.5 minus 7. 1.5. Please, let's check well. Be punching your calculators, because we still use the product method, the Pearson product, to solve this particular variable. If we don't arrive at the same answer, that means we have an error here. Take note, please. Punch your calculator. Anything your calculator says, give me. Let's not use our head. Let's use the scientific calculator. So can we move further? Which one? 3.5 minus 6 is what? Minus 2.5. Then 10 minus 10 is what? 0. Good. Now we are going to get the summation, because there's a summation in the formula. Summation simply means total number of all the variables here. You're going to add all these things together and we arrive at the score. So total 1 plus, listen. 1 plus minus 1, what will you have? Punch your calculator, learn it now. 1 plus minus 1, that is why it's called scientific. 0, right? 0 plus minus 8. Follow everything in that pattern. 0 plus minus 8. You will get minus 8. Good. Follow the pattern. Now, minus 8 plus minus 2.5. Minus 8 plus minus 3.5. Minus 3.5 plus 2.5. Minus 3.5, which is what? Minus 8, right? Good. Minus 3.5 plus 2.5 is what? Minus 8. Good. Minus 8 plus 7.5. Minus 0.5. Minus 0.5 plus 1.5. 1. You see, we have moved from negative to positive now. Okay. Where are you? Where are you exactly? Let me go back. Show us. Which side exactly? 0.5. Where 0.5? Let's try it again from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. 1 plus minus 1. Punch it. Plus minus 1 equals to. Tell us. 0.1 is equals to what? Which one? You're not punching it well now. 1 plus minus. Did you set the calculator well? Minus 1. 1 plus minus 1. Let's move further. Mr. Anthony, please come and help her to set the calculator. This is scientific. Maybe she did not set it well. This is scientific calculator. Eh? Okay, now we move further. Have we totaled everything here? Where did we stop? We stopped at 1.5. Where did we stop? 1.5. That is at this point, right? The second one. Have we added this one? He gave us 2.5. Okay, 2.5 plus minus 2.5. 0. 0 plus 0. 0. Are you sure that our summation d square is 0? Summation d square is 0. Okay, now let's come back now. Watch. Are you sure our summation d square is 0? Okay. Now, since we are sure, we move further. RHO is equals to our 1, watch you, our 1 full minus 6 is constant. 6. What is our summation d square? 0. So in bracket 0, all over, we have n. What is the n? The n is the number of students that are involved in the research. We have 10, bracket open, 10 raised to the power 2 minus 1. We close it. We keep on going. We bring the 1, go back. 6 multiplied by 0 is what? Is 0. So we have 0 all over 10. 10 multiplied by itself. 10 times 10 is what? 100. 100, you know, this is everything you must show all working. Step by step, so you'll be getting your mark. Each step has a mark. So you close it. You come back again, equals to, we have minus 0 divided by 10. 10 minus 100 minus 1 is what? 99, right? We have 99. You close it. 1 minus 0 divided by 10 multiplied by 99. 10 multiplied by 99 is what? What? 990. 0 divided by 990. Okay, so divide 0 by 990. 0 divided by 990 is what? 0. We bring it down. Equals to 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0 is what? Is 1. Is equivalent to 1.0. Yeah? Is equivalent to 1.0. So take note. So I should repeat it again. Okay, let me come again. Rx, where is it exactly? This one. Rx minus Ry. This minus this. This minus this. This minus this. We keep going. The same pattern. Don't make mistake. You type it the way you see it in your scientific calculator. It will give you all the figures here. Then once you are not through, you now add everything here. That is your summation d square. Add everything you have here. Once you get the total, you now come over there and start working. You add it 1 plus minus 1. You hold the figure. You now say that figure now you got, plus it with minus 8. You hold the figure. That figure you got, do not forget the signs. This sign, even if your calculator gives you that sign, be adding it until it keeps on disappearing and appearing again until you arrive at your final bus stop. Because it is from that sign. If you miss the sign, it will affect you in the other step there. You understand now? So it's very easy. Now we come over here. See how we edited it. 6 is constant. Summation d square is our total here. What we got here is 0. So we substituted it for 0. Now our number is number of students that we are involved in the research, which is 10. we edited it. Look at the 1 in the bracket, n squared, which is 10 raised to the power 2 minus 1. We close the bracket. We keep going. 0 divided by 10, 10 times 10. That 10 raised to the power 2 is 10 times 10. Is 100 minus 1. We keep showing all working. We keep going. We move to the next step. 10, 100 times minus 1. It gives us 99. This bracket here means multiplication sign, odd mass. We keep going. 1 minus 0 divided by 10 times 99. It will give us 990. So we divide 0 by 990. It will give us 0. Now, 1 now, which is that whole number we have been bringing down all this while. 1 now minus this 0, it will give us 1. It is equivalent to 1.0. Are you getting it now? So the correlational coefficient now, the range now is, remember what Dr. Uwe taught us about the range. The range is between -1, we have 0, and then we have plus 1. So we have plus 1 here. So the calculated R here now is on the side of the positive. So if we have to interpret it now, because it will tell us to, because at this point now we cannot accept or reject. So for us to either accept or reject, we'll go further now using the T test. So let us use the Pearson product now to solve these variables. If we don't arrive at 1 or 1.0, then we made mistake here. Okay. All right, no problem. I'm not wiping the board yet.
This is the question.
Yes.
Just go through it.
Okay.
The test of interpretation.
Okay. So the interpretation now is this one now is RHO. We'll use the RHO pattern first. What we just use is SPEARMAN. So what we are going to do now, the next one after this one now, we are going to the Pearson product, which is this one. Then after that, we'll answer B.
Okay.
We'll answer B.
Sorry, come again.
See, what we use now is SPEARMAN. SPEARMAN now is R. Okay, SPEARMAN now is RHO. Okay, this one is RHO. Okay.
So we put this 3B, 3C.
Okay, so let's answer it. Okay, let's answer the ones. Okay, we have the question here. We have, okay, just write. We have the following hypothesis. Just listen first. I'll give you time to write. Just listen. Let's answer for the 1B. We have the following hypothesis has been formulated. Okay, there is no significant coefficient of relationship between student scores in agric science and biology. Name the type of hypothesis and give a reason. What type of hypothesis? We have two types of hypothesis now. We have the null and the alternate. So the null is based on the negative, the alternate is based on the positive. So the presence of no there is a negative element from that statement there. So the presence of the no is what? Negative, which is null. So now based on the value you obtained, listen, based on the value you obtained, show how you will test the hypothesis. The B now is on the negative. See, the B is on the negative, but from what we got, we are on the positive. In this aspect now, there is no contradiction if we are right or wrong. Because what we are formulating a hypothesis now based on what he stated, the question. It is not based on the answer here. So let's assume now that the pattern we followed now is accurate. We are giving that the type of hypothesis based on the statement, what was written in the question. So the type of hypothesis now is a null hypothesis. So we have answered B. For B, and give a reason why you formulated this type of hypothesis. The reason why it is a type of hypothesis is simply because the statement is negative. That is the reason. Now the next one we have C. Based on the value you obtained from RHO, our calculated RHO is 1, or you call it 1.0. The question now is, show how you would test the hypothesis. That is when we will now go further. Then after that you interpret. Now let's test it. This is how we test it. Should I clean the board? Can I clean the board?
Let me snap that question.
Okay. After you snap it, should I clean this side? Should I clean this side? Okay. Mrs. Ebo, should I clean this side of the board? Okay. Let me clean from this side. Which? Oh, yeah, snap. You can snap. Okay, so then after testing, interpret the results you got. The statement they made is negative. There is no, so it is null. But our value here now is moving towards the alternate hypothesis, which is the positive, because it is 1.0. So I'm cleaning the board. I'm cleaning this side. Should I clean? Okay. After this, now we'll use these same variables and test for our R, which is the Pearson product. So for the hypothesis testing now, there are categories now. There are steps in which we must follow for the hypothesis testing. And the steps are as follows. Just look up, please. For the hypothesis testing, the what? What's the number? Check the question. The number now that we are doing is number C. 3C. So based on the value you obtained, we obtained 1 or 1.0. He said we should show how you will test the hypothesis. So this is under hypothesis testing. And the procedures now for testing hypothesis, we have 3 steps. Look up now. We have 3 steps. The first one now is to establish our degree of freedom. That is the DF. The DF is equals to n minus 2. I will show the formula. Let me just show the steps. Then the next one now is to identify our level of significance. This is an educational research now. So the level of significance is just 0.05, which is equivalent to 95% error free. Because we are dealing with human beings. Adibin is pure scientific research. That one is upon 98%. 0.05. 0.05. And it's equivalent in percentage. It's equivalent to 95%. The question is after I snap it, you go through it in the past question. Okay, now then the third step. Mr. Anthony, is the camera still on? Okay. Then the third step now is to get the table value. That one will not be given any table. He said D and F is degree of freedom, which is n minus 2. So the next one now is the table value. The table value of which we are going to identify it by getting, I think the value from the RHO, we are going to trace it under the table of 0.5. Then we are going to get the table value. But in the exam, he will give us an estimated table value. Oh, this one is even past question, sir. Wow. He will give us an estimated table value. Jesus Christ, my Lord. Okay. So see now, it's not 0.5, it's 0.05. So we are checking our degree of freedom now. Our degree of freedom, let's assume, we are using 10 students. So 10 now minus 2 is what? 8. Good. Now 8 now under, you know how to take your logarithm table now. 8 under 0.5. You trace 8 now, go directly to 0.05. The value that we are getting under 0.05 is 3. Yes, I've seen the 0.05. So the value we are getting is 3.8. So our table value is 3.8. Sometimes what I checked is 0.05 now. Okay, this is 0.00. So it's 0.05. So 8 under 0. So we have 2.3. So we're having our table value as 2.3. So this is our table value of 2.3. Then we go further now to calculate. So this is the formula. RT. Are you with me? Mrs. Ebo? Okay. RT now, we're talking about RHO. Take note to watch now. R3 now, watch. We will not say RO. There's a difference between RHO and R. This one now is SPEARMAN. This one is what? Pearson. So the one that we are using is what? Is this one. So we are using RHO. If you write R, he may deduct mark from it. Take note, please. So we are using this now with the square root of the degree of freedom, which is n minus 2. All over, we have the square root of 1 minus RHO squared. That is the formula for the hypothesis testing. Because we are using SPEARMAN. If we are using Pearson, it will only be R. It will only be R. in place of RHO. But this one now is SPEARMAN, so we use the RHO. So we go further now. NT is equals to, what is the value of our calculated R is what? 1, or if you want to say 1.0, it's still, let's use 1.0. 1.0 square root of n minus 2. 10 minus 2 is what? 8. Degree of freedom is 8. All over, we have square root of 1 minus 8 multiplied by 2. 8 times 2. 8 times 8, sorry. Wait. Let's come again. Our R is what? Our RHO is what? 1, sorry. Raised to the power 2. That is 1 times 1 now. 1 times 1 is equivalent to 1. Okay, so we go for the T now is equals to 1.0 square root of 8. Check your calculator. Square root of 8. Square root of 8 is what? Multiplied by 2 point what? 2.83, right? Please be careful of approximation. So you don't approximate unnecessarily. 2. Wait, calm down. Check it again. Square root of 8 is what? 2.82. It's okay, leave it like this. Please avoid approximations, unnecessary approximations. Just at least to the nearest 2 decimal points. That's all. To the nearest 2 decimal points. Then all over 1 minus 1 is what? Is equivalent to 0, right? Please check the square root of 0 is what? Square root of 0 is what? 0. Alright. So we go further. 1.1 in short, 1 multiplied by 2.82 is what? Is what? Is still 2.882. 2.82 divided by 0 is what? Check. Let your scientific calculator tell you. 2.82 divided by 0. Infinity. Like how many? What? How many? It's showing a sign error, right? Mathematical error. Then there is a problem here. We are going back. Then there is a problem here. Since 1, let's come back to this place. We have 1 here. Let's come. This is where we have our issues here. Since we have 1 here, minus RHO, the calculated R is 1. 1 now multiplied by itself is 1. Okay, then coming down to this point, 1 minus 1 is 0. Square root of 0 is 0. So, okay. This is over nothing. You cannot divide nothing by... Are you understanding me? You cannot divide nothing by 2.82. So our answer, we are stopping at 2. We are not dividing anything. So our answer is 2.82. So that's our answer. You leave it like that. So you must show all working. So you leave it like that. The next step, 2.82, because you cannot divide this thing now by nothing. That is what it means. Yes, it's a mathematical. You cannot divide. That's what that scientific calculator was complaining. There's problem here. So we have found out the issue here. It has nothing to do unless there is a need. If he asks us, if he provides the table and tell us find the table value, we'll trace it and then write it for him. It has nothing to do with the degree of freedom. It has nothing to do with the degree of freedom. Okay, so
Please answer the question for that 3C now.
It has for now. Now watch. So look at the table value now. Observe the table value and our calculated R. That is where you're going to describe. You're going to interpret. It has something. Your table value now, we have 2.3 and our calculated RHO is 2.82. From the observation of these two magnitude now, you're going to interpret. So now, what is the next question? Now, after it, interpret the result you get. Now, what is the? If you observe now, right from the first, we've been getting positive. So what will be the interpretation now? That there is what? There is a positive. There is a positive now. There's a no. It is a correlational research now. Watch it very well. It's a correlational. It's a relationship. There's a correlational research. So you say that there is a positive relationship between what are the variables? People are not following me. What are the variables? There is a positive relationship between student scores in agri science and student score in biology. There is a positive relationship. So that will be the interpretation. There's a positive relationship between student score in agric science and student score in biology. It is positive. Then if he asks, okay, that one we have already given the directional distance. There is a positive. So that is just it. So which other one now? Should we use the Pearson product? Wait. 2.3 came from the table value now. Remember, under the table value, we traced 0.05. Sorry, we traced 8. That is the degree of freedom. 8. Under 0.05 in that table. After Mrs. Ebo, she will show you how to get it from the table. 8 is our degree of freedom. Number of students are 10. Multiplied by 2. This 2 is constant. We get 8. We might subtract it from 2. It is 8. Now, 8 now, under 0.05, we will arrive at 2.3. Now, it is from this table value now that we will use in finding. It is in the table, yeah. The table must be given for us to. It is a separate table. You will get the value from the table. So in case he gives us the table, we use it to get the table value. If there is no table, he will give us an estimated table value. He will just estimate any figure for us and then give it to us. So that is just it. So should we do the Pearson product? There is a positive relationship between student score in agric science and biology. So at this point now, we are accepting the hypothesis. There is, there's no space on the board. Okay, let me write it here. There is, we are interpreting it all. There is a positive relationship. Don't worry, after if you go home, you go through it. There's a positive relationship between student score in agric science and biology. So that is just the answer. That is the answer for. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to him first. 95% is just a general level of significance in educational research, because we are dealing with human beings. Anything can happen. So it is 95% error free. Since you're dealing with human beings, there is a certainty that there must be an error. Unlike pure scientific research is now, that it is over 98%, because you're dealing with equipment and objects. You don't deal with human beings in scientific researches. Yes? Which one? 8. No, write it. Write it. You must show all working. Then at the end, you bring it out separate. 2.82 cannot be divided by anything. 2.8 is still the same thing. But in case nearest to this, it dependent. 2.82 and 2.8 is still the same thing also. Unless they give an instruction, approximate to the nearest decimal point, but he will not say so. This is not pure mathematics. It's just research. So let's use this now to go for the Pearson product. Should I clean? So this past week question came with components of literature review, conceptual framework. The last lecture he gave us online, theoretical framework, empirical review, summary of. This was the last. No, it's not calculus, just theoretical answers. This was the last lecture he gave us. Okay, why this one? Wow, he even gave us Pearson self. This one past question, he gave us Pearson. RHO. All right, that's nice. When I went through, let me clean. Should I clean? I'm cleaning one. Are you following it? Okay. I'm cleaning. Mr. Anthony, can I clean? Okay. From yes. Snap. Okay, so that we'll go to the other one. Okay. Oh yeah, see. Okay. What will happen is that on your own leisure, these variables now that we did now, use the Pearson product. I'm going to touch the other table now, the other question. We'll use the other question, gauge this here as a guideline, use it as a guideline. Solve for these same variables using the Pearson product. If you arrive at the same, if you don't arrive at the same answer, then you may R.
So during the Pearson, then hypothesis test, we will not use this R.
Yes, you will not use RH. Yes, I'm cleaning because of time. There's a problem, you have to redo it. Use Pearson for these variables we used here. I'll drop the formula for Pearson now, don't worry. You can use this or this, depending. One will come out and he will forgo the other. So anyone that comes out, so just carry the two formulas. I just did one, I want to do the second one. A particular, that is any one of your choice. Which one? No, his question is always, when it comes to calculation, is straightforward though. It's always either this or that. You must use one. He will be specific. We cannot use. So we have. Please, we are moving to the next one. Pearson product. The next Pearson product moment. Okay, or Pearson product approach. So now this one now, from the word product, what it means, we are going to be doing lots and lots of multiplication. Lots and lots multiplication in various ways. So now the formula now, we'll write it down somewhere so that we'll have it at the back of our mind. Let me put it here. Okay, let me put it over here. Now the way I've already mastered it now in my head, the first part is NEXI. I call it NEXI. That is n summation xy minus. We have summation x, and then we have summation y. You close it. Then your denominator now. Watch your denominator. Watch the secret. Your denominator. You first of all settle all the components of x before you now settle the components of y. And two of them will have their square root. So the first one now is the square root of the component of x, which is the n.
What is the n?
The n is the number. The n now is the number. So we have the n now. Summation x square minus. We have we have bracket open summation x bracket open square. Take note. Then we have the square. We have the another square root. Now we are through with everything about x. So now we have n. Summation y square minus summation y bracket raised to the power square or square, whichever. So that's the formula for the Pearson product. Memorize it all. Now watch. For us to draw the table now, watch. For us to draw the table, we must have summation x. We will total everything about x. We must have total of y. Everything about y, we will total it. We must have total of x square. Are you seeing it? We must have total of y square. And then we must have total of xy. So now let's take the variables now. We have sign number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have x. Okay. Now, under one now, let's be calling the variables one after the other. Under x. Under x. Yes, but in a different formula. So what is the first one? Call the figures for me. For x, so 40, 30, 42, 44, 32, 43, 25, 20, 36. Okay, please watch and be very observant. This one now. Watch, oh. All right, so then we now have call the variables of y.
33.
Come again.
33.
33, yes.
41.
41,
36.
36, 40,
42.
42,
30.
30,
54.
54,
28.
28,
25.
25,
35.
35. Okay?
25.
24. The last one is what?
35.
Okay.
25. 35.
Okay, 25 and then 35. So if you observe now, in this one now, we are not following the ranking. We'll be doing the cross multiplication. Okay, are we through? Let me draw the lines very, very well. Watch the formula. If you can memorize this formula. And this one now is the Pearson product. This is the formula that he gave us. Okay. Okay. Okay, it was not stated this way. Okay, please memorize this one. This was the one he gave us. So. All right, no problem. Okay. Don't take the risk. You get there now. No problem now. If you can be able to look for a means, there are shortcuts. Like I said, this one I've already known that this one is next. You see, if you miss anyone, for instance, now, watch you. For instance, now, if you put this your square inside here, you have scattered your whole thing. You have scattered the whole. Everything is destroyed. So take note, everything is destroyed. And if you mistakenly put minus here, you have destroyed everything. No? If you put minus here,
But that thing is minus.
there's no minus here. It's multiplication.
Please do open.
There is nothing. Please. Okay, you can still put brackets. You can put brackets, cover everything. Full brackets. Yes, bracket means multiplication. So take note. So any little error there, it has affected everything. So we go. You know why I'm giving enough space here, right? Because it's multiplication. The figures now will be very, very big. Okay, so we move. So let's multiply the x values now, the values of x. So what am I writing here? Watch the formula. What am I writing here? S squared. X squared. First of all, multiply x itself, x by itself. So 35, punch your this thing in your calculator. 35 now multiplied by 35 is what? 35 times 35. 1225. 40 times 40. 1600. 30 times 30. 900. Another thing, watch you. You know, in secondary school they used to teach us tens and units. Arrangement of your values. That one it will have mark on its own. No. Not you will carry 900, you can put 900 here. Take note, you must arrange this. So even when there is decimals, you must arrange it. This is mathematics. So everything must be well arranged. Okay, 42 multiplied by 42. 1680. 44 multiplied by 44.
1848.
1848. 42 times 42 is what?
42.
Okay, 1764. Please, let's be checking this thing well. 1764. Okay? 44 by 44, 1848, right? Wait, 44 times 44 is what?
1936.
1936. Okay, 32 times 32. 1024. 43 times 43. 1849. 25 times 25. 625. 20 times 20. 400. 36 times 36. 1296. So we move to y square. We are going to once we are through, we are going to total everything. Okay, let's go to y square. 33 times 33. Watch well, check well. 1089. Mrs. Are you here? Are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, 1089. 41 multiplied by 41. 1681. 36 multiplied by 36 is what? 1296. 40 times 40 is 1600. We have 42 multiplied by 42. 1764, right? 1764. 30 times 30, 900. Don't forget to arrange your values. Arrange it according to tens and units. 100 tens and units. Okay, we have 54 multiplied by 54. 2916. The next one, 28 times 28. 781. One, right? 784. Okay, 784. All right, we go 25 times 25, 625. 625. 35 times 35, 1225. Okay, so what is the next one now? Watch the formula. Tell us the next one. Summation.
Which one did you do? What is the formula?
See now, we are going for xy now. There must be an xy. So that is what we want to do now. Xy. So what does xy mean? This times this. Okay. So 35 times 33. Check. 1120. 35 multiplied by 33 is what? 1155. Please, any error, it has affected everything. Be conscious. Okay. He will give us one to choose. To use. You ask something. Yes. Okay.
Listen your song and I've seen that I missed.
You see.
I don't know if I missed one particular.
Okay.
But the rest are correct. These are the one back the rest.
The thing is that every step will have its from that particular point that you missed. That is where the grading stops. The rest is zero. Yes. From that particular point now, this is mathematics now. From Mrs. Eba, you getting from that particular point you got. From that point you got. If you make a mistake from there, the rest is zero. It will affect everything now. This is maths. You must get the figures right. If it is decimal, unless it is in decimals, whereby approximation can be accepted, unless there is a strict instruction.
For instance, let's say 35 times 35 instead of that 1225, the person writes 1205.
You have,
the rest are correct.
from this point now,
yes.
They might give you gradings from here, but where it will now start affecting now is from the formula. So from this formula now, that is the end. And where you maintain now is this formula. It's not even the table. The table has its own map. Okay, so let's go for the next one. 40 times 41. 1640. 30 multiplied by 36.
Is it multiplied?
Multiply. It's still the same thing as times. 40 multiplied by 36. 1080. Abi? 1080, right? Okay. Is my face showing from here?
Yes. Okay. This
okay.
XY.
Yes. XY.
30
multiplied by 36.
Okay.
You now get of itself. So we go to the next one. 42 multiplied by 40 is what? 1680. We are going together, please. Let's not move too fast. 44, 42, check. 44, 42. 44, 42. 1848. Okay. We have 32, 30. 960. I repeat, arrange it. And also, those zero can be very tricky. When it comes to cursive writing, you might write mistakenly the thing across on a. You might want to feel you're writing 0. You have a feeling you're writing 0, but the marker will assume this is 6. So let your 0 be your 0. Avoid cursive writing. You know what I mean by cursive writing? All these italics now, we avoid it in mathematical figures, in figures. Okay, so we are through with that. The next one is 4354 is what? 2322. We have the next one, 2528 is 700.
500.
And the next one is 500, right?
Yes.
The next one is what?
1260.
1260. We are not through. Remember, we are now going to move into the summation. Everything will do the summation apart from the number. So total everything in X for me. Give me the correct figure. Everything under X. 35, 40, 30, 42, 44, 32, 43.
What is the next thing?
The next thing now. Each of these, we are going to find the summation. See the formula now. Amanda Lee, see the formula. The formula, each one has summation. Summation simply means total. We are finding total. All the totals now. Once we get the totals now, we'll start substituting them into the formula. Okay? So total for me, let's get the figures. Are we true?
347.
For X, right? 347. Okay, for Y. Okay, for Y. Are we true? For Y?
Okay, we're going to add
all of them. All of them. Okay, for Y is 364, right? 364. Okay, for X square. X square. All right. 364. X square. I'm waiting. Are we through?
So we are adding 108.
Everything here, we're adding everything.
Together.
Yes, together. Are we true? Check well, oh. Punch, press your calculator very well. Okay, 4,000. Okay. 12,619. Okay, now the next one. Y square. Press your calculator well. That scientific calculator can be tricky. You press something, you think you have not pressed anything. Press it once, you see the thing responds. Can I know that you will be hearing that? Press it. Press.
There's something I want to ask. In this X now,
yes.
Multiply 35 times 35.
Yes, to get X square.
In the Y, did we multiply
33 times 33. Check it now to give you this.
Okay.
So that is just it. Y square, have we gotten it? Y square is what? 13,880. Okay. Now summation XY. Are we sure? Check well.
Is this one
12,619. Then Y square 13,880. Then XY. What is XY? XY. Mr. Bo, call the figure again for me, please. XY. 13,115. 145.
So we added everything together.
Yes, to get these figures. So now the next thing now, we are going to bring our formula down. So I'm cleaning the board because we need enough space. We are done with the table, so it's for us to take the scores. Please make sure you write down the correct scores. I'm cleaning the whole board though. Write down the grand total, the summation. That is where our attention now is. Our attention is on the grand total. Are we through? Can I clean? You can snap because of time. Just snap it. Snap instead of then when you go home, you can now take your time. The video I also edit it and then push it. You take your time, you watch it over again. Take your time, memorize the table, memorize the formula. Memorize the formula. You can use physical objects to tag it. Use physical objects. Me. Memorize the formula. Memorize the formula. Yes.
In this SPEARMAN, we didn't do for the d square.
D square.
We only stop at.
No, we don't need the summation for D square now. Which one?
We didn't do the. We stopped. This one, we stopped only the
Is it
difference
now?
between and x. We didn't do for d square. Maybe squaring of 1 square. This one.
Okay, I think
Because
that's where our
yeah.
we didn't find the D square.
Because the d square is 68.
Okay, yes. We didn't find the D square. Okay. I'll go back to it. Thank God that was where our error came. Because I was wondering, 0.
0, yes.
It's true. No problems. We'll go back to it. That is where our error came. Okay, let's focus. We've identified a little error in that SPEARMAN. We didn't find the D square. We did not multiply it by itself. That D square, we did not get the D square. Then total that D square. We only stopped at the rank order. The difference. We did not go further to the D square. The first one. The square of that D square, we did not square it. So that is where after we are going to treat it, we'll go back to it again. Let's just finish this one. Let's finish this one. Okay, I'm cleaning the board. We'll go back to it. After this one now, we'll go and correct that mistake now. So you see now, from that answer now, it has affected our interpretation. You see, it will affect the interpretation. We'll correct it. After this one, we'll correct it. No, in measurement, statistics, measurement and evaluation. That one is that the statistics is pure 25 marks. So only statistics in measurement is 25 marks. So let's edit. Let's edit.
Are we going to do measurement today?
No. Measurement is on Saturday. There's time for that one. Let's pass this one first. So our N is what? Remember, this is R. Don't forget. R. And don't forget, always put your R is equals to yes.
Which way are we doing? Which other formula?
This Pearson product. Pearson product. No, this is different formula. That one is SPEARMAN. This is.
We're going to go to that first one.
No, let's finish this one first. Yes, different two formulas. Are you getting it? Okay, so let's check now. Our N is what? How many students? It's 10, right? Okay, 10. I hope you know there's a multiplication sign. Watch you. There is a multiplication sign. Summation xy is what? Check your table. Summation xy is what? I'm not hearing no 13. Let me shift this into the center because of the square root. Let's come again. You say 10 bracket open 13. Come out well now. 1, 4, 5. Are we sure? Okay. Minus summation x is what? 3, 4, what? Summation x, check your table now. 3, 4, 7. Summation y is what? 3, 6, 4. All over. Okay, so we have square root. Our n is 10, right? Am I too fast?
Yes. 10 as in n.
N is 10. There's a multiplication sign there now. These are two different variables. So we multiply, it must be multiplication. So watch now.
So we are still solving the same thing but different formula.
Different formula.
But the formula is still common.
We are trying to edit. We are substituting now. The values in the table, we are substituting for the values in the formula. We have calculated, we have totaled everything. So those numbers now, the total, we are imputing them into this formula. That's what we are doing. Are you getting it now? Okay, please follow me now. Let's follow this thing together. So what is summation s squared? Check summation s squared. 12, 6, 319, right? Minus summation x is what? 347, right? 347 raised to the power 2. Then we go to y. Am I alone here?
No.
Okay, so we have n. N is 10. Bracket open. Summation y square. Check y square for me.
Y square is
13, 8, 8, 880. You close it. Minus summation y is what? 364 square. So we move to the next step now. R is equals to, watch. Let's follow it step by step. 10 multiplied, please punch it for me. 10. R is what we are looking for now. R is the Pearson product moment. Now we want to calculate the value of this R. So 10 multiplied by 13,145. Punch your calculator. 10 multiplied by 13,144. What do we have? I'm not hearing you. 13450. You can put your comma, the comma to help you differentiate the tenses and your. So we have minus 347 multiplied by 364.
So what you mean is 10 times?
10 times this now. You get this one. Have you multiplied this two? What am I having? 126, 308. Then we come here. Watch you. We have 10 multiplied by 12,619. 12 multiplied by 12,619. 12 multiplied by 12,619. 126,190. Okay. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. I repeat. I said 10 multiplied by this. 10 multiplied by this. It's multiplied now. It's still the same thing. 10 times this. You are having this. 10 times this. You are having this. We bring the minus. Now, this simply means 347 times 347.
How did you get 126?
Which one?
126.
12619.
No, this one now, 126 or 1308.
This one. This particular one. Is it this one you're talking about? How we got this one is from this one now. This times this, you're having this. This times this, you're having this. So we come back to this place. 347 multiplied by itself, please. 120,409. Put that distance.
Multiplication sign so that I won't be confused. Is that a minus?
Which sign? This is minus sign now. See, brackets. It means times. Yeah. When you have two different variables joined together.
In brackets.
Without brackets, for instance, this and this, they are together in formula. There is a multiplication sign here. These are Bodmer's rules now. This is a different variable. This is a different variable. Written together is multiplication. Just like this and this. So if you're spreading it out, you must put brackets there. Yeah? So we go further now. So let's look at the other square root. Some people have gone ahead of us. Mrs. Nelly, I look here now. Let's see. We are going together. So 10. Check 10 multiplied by this.
138.
1, 3.
8. No. 138.
Okay, 138, 800. Okay, minus 364 multiplied by 364. 132, 496. Please put this thing here to help you differentiate if it is 1,000 or million. To help. Okay, let's go to the numerator. Now minus this variable, this number from this. What? Yes, minus. Is what? 5142. How about Wallo? The figures are. We are now from expansion to contraction. Is now coming close. 5142 all over. We go further now. The square root,
5781.
that is this minus this, right? 5781. You can put bracket if you wish to, but let's leave the bracket like that because there is a square root sign here. So we come again to this next one. 6304, right? Okay. R is equals to 5142 all over. What is the square root of this figure? Square root of 5781 is what? 76 point what? Point what? 0.03, or you leave it at, let's leave it at 0. What is the square root of the other one? 6304. What is the square root? Check. 79.3. Okay. Now equals to 5142. Multiply these two variables. This bracket means multiplication. Multiply this and this. 76. Multiply it by 79.3. What are we having? 6029. Okay. And 8 again. 0.8, right? Okay. Sir. Yes. Check. 6026. 6026.8. Okay, now divide these two. What are we having? 0.85. Okay, let's just leave it at 0.85. So that is our calculated R. The calculated R is on the is centered around the zero correlation. Okay, so that is that. So let's go back now and correct that mistake we did in the SPEARMAN.
I got 0.9.
You approximated it now. Your calculator is approximating. Adjust the setting before it lands in problem. It's from the setting.
Can I ask some questions on that number before we go to that one? Using the raw method to put the questions.
Okay. This one, does it have it? Which one? Okay, so on the other side, right? So let's answer the B part. We are through with the 1A, right? Attention, look, let's watch. 1A, we have answered 1A now. Now 1B. The B says explain two conditions that must be on ground before you analyze data with Pearson. It simply means explain two conditions why this must be on ground before you analyze with Pearson. It simply means why is it acceptable to use this in correlational research? It simply means, number one, this method is mostly acceptable and it is free from assumption. This method, it is free from assumption, and that is one. And which other second reason can we say? Free from assumption. Now this method, free from assumption. Free from assumption. Then the second reason, which other reason can we give it? Okay, combination. The method is a design used for correlational research of two variables. It's also another reason. Linear. Okay, linear. That one is when you're being given a table now. That is linear. He said something about that. He said something about linear. But after we'll still go back and check that one. So for now, let's just say it is free from assumption because this one is mostly recommended in solving for correlation. So the next one is 1C. 1C, statistics concerning the extent and index of relationship of two variables in a sample. We are being given the variables between, the variables between X, which is mathematics, and Y. What is Y there? What is y? Y is what? Physics. This is the next question now. Question number 1C. Question 1C. X is mass. Y is physics. And they gave us a sample size. What is the sample size? Is 9. Watch from the past question. He has deviated from the sample size of so the sample size is 9. And then the calculated R now is what? He has assumed Omele assumptions here, which is 0.75. Now he now said describe R indicating extent or direction. Watch. He said something about direction and non-directional. That one is under alternate hypothesis. This one is in its positive. So for you to describe R now, what you will say is there is. Are you people following me at all? Yeah. What you describe now is there is a positive significance between maths and physics. Did you understand what I just did now? Mrs. Ebo, are you? Question 1C, did you get what I just did? Because of the 0.5 is positive. It doesn't have a negative sign. So it is from that now we can formulate the hypothesis in the alternate form.
What makes it positive?
What makes it positive now? There is no, assuming it's minus here, it is a null hypothesis. Yeah? But since there is no minus here now, it is positive. This is what is given here. From what is given in the past question now, it is in the positive form. That is, you formulate a alternate hypothesis. And we just formulated the direction now of the alternate hypothesis, which is there is a positive significance. Now the next one is now formulate a null. Null is what? Negative. Formulate a null hypothesis about R. Now in this one now, we are assuming now that there is a minus here. What will be the null hypothesis? There is no significance. Let me repeat myself. Let me come back again. The first one now is describe R indicating extent and direction. Are you with me? Either positive or negative. So now there is, watch you please. So there is, we have identified there is a positive significance between maths and physics. Now the next one is formulate a null hypothesis about R. What is null about R? What is null about R now? Mrs. Ebo, Mrs. Nelly, what is null? What is null? What is negative about 0.75? The negative version of this is minus 0.75 now. So if we are to interpret it now, we are going to say what? There is no significance between maths and physics. Assuming it is negative, because what is here is null. Null is negative. So we are looking at that R now with minus sign. So the next one now is test the. There is no significance. Please, on no account should you put there is no significance between maths and physics. So, unless you are asked to say extent or direction, do not bring in positive. If you bring in positive, it happens. Positive is only used for extent, direction or non-direction. And where that question came, it is in CI. Extent or direction, you put positive there. There is a positive significance. If you didn't say extent or direction, you would just say there is a significance. There is a significant relationship. That relationship must be there. That relationship to indicate that it is a correlational research. There is a positive significance relationship between maths and physics. This one now is to establish extent and direction between maths and physics. Why now? To establish the null now, there is no significant relationship. Because of that direction, that is why there is positive there. If there is no direction, there is a significant relationship. Or there is no significant relationship. Take note, he might bring up an experimental topic for us to interpret. That is when you take note of the keywords. If he gives us an experimental research, experimental hypothesis, for us to establish for us to formulate the hypothesis. You know, under experimental research, we use cause and effect. We use cause and effect. That is dependent and independent variables now. Jesus is
Causes and effect.
Causes and effect now. He has told us these things now. For instance, now, the behavior of a teacher, how can it influence students' performance? You're no longer working on the relationship now. You're not working on the relationship now. You're not talking about how the independent variable can cause an influence to the dependent variable, whereby bringing out a result from the dependent variable. So that one is under experimental research. Okay, so we are through with that one. Now the further one now is test the formulated hypothesis. So should we test it? I finished writing it now. Just write it out there. I said there is no significant relationship between maths and physics. Just date here somewhere. Write it. There is no significant relationship. Yes, for now. There is no significant relationship between maths and physics. Okay, so let's test the hypothesis. I'm cleaning the board. Then we correct that mistake we did, please, in the past. Let's correct the mistake, because most of our classmates will be watching this video. I'm cleaning them. Are we true? I'm cleaning. I'm cleaning. Okay, for hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing. And this is the formula. Please watch now. You people here though. We are going now with calculated R. Watch the table. The second table. The second table is R, not RHO. Yeah. So our calculated R. Our testing, we are looking for the test hypothesis testing. Will be what? R with the square root of the degree of freedom divided by square root of 1 minus R square. Are you here? So, yes, now we've written it before now. Yes. So we keep going. What is our R? Check the table. Our R was given 0.75.
Please write R there.
This one is R. So what is our N? Our N is given in the table. 9. 9 minus 2 divided by 1. What is our R? Still 0.75, right? No, here. Yes. 0.75 multiplied by 2. Take note. All over. What is, okay, we have 0.75. 7, right? We have 7 here. Follow. The next one, we have square root. Multiply 0.25. 0.75 multiplied by 0.75. 0.5625. It's too long now. Let's just go for 0.56. 0.56. So we go to the next one. Always be bringing down this your T in every step. Just be bringing down the T. Don't forget, it's what we are looking to help you, to guide you till you arrive at your final answer. So we go to the next one now. What is the square root of 7? Find it. Yeah? 2.6. 2.6 all over 1 minus 0.56 is what? 1 minus 0.56 is what? 0.4. Find the square root. The square root of 0.4. Find the square root of 0. You understand what I'm doing now? Let me come again. I said 1 minus 0.56 is what? 0.44. Find the square root. 0.66. So we continue. We are bringing this one here. Multiply 0.75 minus 2.6 times, 0.75 times 2.6 minus, there's no minus now, 1.95 all over 0.66. I divide it. Which one? 0.75 times 2.6. Have you added everything? So you're getting what? 2.95. So this is our calculation. This is, we have accepted this. Now, what is the next question there? Check the next question. Not that question, right? Okay, so we have tested it now. So at this point now, we accept. It is, we are no longer assuming now. We are testing. The result. Okay, the thing about this result now, since there is no level of, since there is no table value. There is no table value. From this now, you check. He said something about index. Index is just he's talking about range now. Between -1 and +1. Where the +1, where are we finding the value? Where are we finding the testing, the hypothesis testing? It's on the plus now. So there is a positive. Everything is on the positive sign. So if there is any further way now, it asks us to describe. You describe it. It's on the area of the positive. It is not within 0 or inverse, which is negative. So we are accepting the hypothesis. So we accept at this point. If it's on the negative, it is inverse. It's negative. If it is within, at this point now, it's either you accept or you reject. So it is at this point now, you, as a researcher, you decide if you can accept the theory. From this point now, theories are being formulated now. So it's either you accept that theory or you reject it. So let's correct that mistake we made earlier on, because our course mates will be going through this video. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, it's just one question. And there are other questions. And there are other questions. So that is just. So let's correct that previous one now. I'm cleaning this side.
So is this part of the first one?
No, this one is another question. So where did we stop? We stopped at rx minus ry. Abi? Rx. Let's just finish it, please.
Do that first one.
Go back. Let's go back to the first one. Pause on this one first. Pause. I'm not cleaning the board. Go back to that first one. So the next one now is our d square. So what is the first for the first person? 1 is here, right? Are we sure? 1. 1 times 1 is what? 1. Good. The next one? Minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1. The negative sign will minus times minus. So it's 1. So that is where we'll be eradicated, because we arrived at 0 here. So there was a problem. So the next one, I was asking, are you people sure? I know we are skipping a step. So the next one, the third person is what? We didn't get it this square. So that was where we arrived at 0. It caused problem there. The third person, check the third person.
64, that's 8 times 8.
8 times 8, right? Here is 8, right? Minus 8, that is 64. The fourth person. The fourth person.
Is -2.5.
Minus 2.5.
6.25.
6. Watch, oh, you know you're going to arrange it. This tens and unit, oh. Watch. There's a decimal. Watch. 6.5. Arrange this thing. 6.25. Arrange it. Oh, this is decimals.
How are we getting this one?
We multiply the this is d now. We are multiplying it by itself. Arrangement is. See, we have place value. Listen, see, we have 100. We have tens. We have units. Then wait now. Watch. Calm down. Then we have on the now. Then we have on the aspect of the decimal sides. We have the hundredth, the tenth, and so on and so forth. This one is 100, Abi. On the side of the decimals, you have 0.5. Then if you're talking about 2.5 here, this is unit 2.5. If you're talking about 0.5, this is 0.5. If you're talking about 1,000, this is it. Now you come to 1,000, 1, 0, 0, 0. Everything must be arranged. This is mathematics. If not, you are skipping some points. So. Which one? Minus what? Minus times minus is plus. Let's finish this in, please. The next one is what? The fifth person. The fifth person. Call the 2.5. So we're having what? 6.25. Next. 7.5. What are we having? 56.25. Arrangement to 56.25. Is the camera showing this side? Okay. So the next one is what? 1.5. What are we having? 2.25. The next? 1.5. 2.25. Minus 2.5. 6.25. 0. Which is what? 0. Okay, so at this point now we total it. This is where we are going to total it. Summation. Because there is summation d squared. And that's SPEARMAN rank order formula. So let's total it. 1 plus 1 is what? 1. 1 plus, okay, so 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 2 plus 64, 66. Okay, let me wait for you to respond. Let's keep going. Total everything for me. Everything here, total it. Are we true? Punch it. Press your calculator where? We have 145.5. Is she correct? Is that the value we got? 145.5. Is that the value? Check, let's confirm it. Press your calculator where? If you don't hear that sound, you have not 0.5. Confirm. So let's go back to the formula. Let me write it this way. Should I clean this side? So let's the formula again for RHO. The formula for RHO equals to 1 whole number minus 6 summation d square all over n bracket open n square minus 1. So we substitute now. The 1 still is a whole number, 6 is constant. Our summation d square is what? 145.5. Okay, multiplied by 145.5. You see, we are correcting the mistake now. So all over, our n is what? No response. Our n is 10 square minus 1. So we keep going. 6 multiplied by 145.5. 873. Okay, 873. Confirm it, please. Confirm it. 10, 100 minus 1. Okay, confirm 873, please. Then we have 1 equals to 873. 873, has it been confirmed? 873, has it been confirmed? I said 6 times 145.5. Confirmed. Okay, we move. Now 10 now. 99. We have 99. Okay, that is 1 equals to 8. So divide 873 by, sorry, this is a minus sign, not an equality sign. Okay, divide 873 by 990. What are we having? Equals to 1 minus 0.88. I'll do the final round. 1 minus 0.88. Give us what? 0.12. So that's it. So should we interpret it now using this one? You see that the interpretation. Now 1 minus 0.88. Let's interpret it. Go back to that place. Let's interpret it now. Let's interpret it. Can we interpret it? So we have corrected the error made. So any questions before? Any other thing we can touch before we call it a day? Is there another thing we can touch? Measurement. Measurement. We'll meet separately for that one. So this one now, if we can be able to this one now, and that measurement, statistics has 25 marks, so nobody should run away from statistics. So.
That's what this thing.
Measurement. No, this one is different from measure. That is T score, Z score, variance, standard deviation. Now that one it has 25 marks on this one. Any other question? I'm waiting. Yes.
If I use raised to power 2,
Uh,
give me a different thing. As the positive and negative, I will now get the
That is why you have to, in scientific calculator, put all the signs in. Type, impute, just try minus 1. Press minus 1 times minus 1. This is scientific calculator. It will not give you error. Be doing it like that. If you use that raised to the power, you will lose everything. Unless you're professionally using this, then you know minus times minus is plus, minus times plus is minus. Okay, okay, it's alright. Any other? Yes?
I have a question.
Alright, ma'am. Okay, you can ask now.
Essential issues in instruction must avoid in order to carry out control over the
Okay, essential issues, a what?
Illustration
Must.
avoid in